Okay. A response now and toast to the guests from the Mayor of Pembroke, Councillor Mrs. Pam George.
Fellow mayors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I think I've got to say a big thank you to this lady here. It was a surprise when she did accept it, but I was thrilled of it. It said when I had to decide at the beginning of the year who would guest speaker to come here today, she actually did immediately come to my mind. We'd seen it all, followed it in the press, and I thought, yes, that's the lady I would like to be here with us. And I was delighted when she agreed to take time out from her busy schedule to come and speak to us today. I'm sure that all of us did follow this very courageous lady on her epic journey to around the world, and what an experience to undertake as we watched her leave Temby pulling her trolley, wondering whether this lone, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind saying middle-aged lady, could finish what she'd set herself to achieve, to walk around the world alone for a worthy cause, and how daunting a prospect even for a younger person to have undertaken. But here she is, home, safe and well, and sharing her experiences with us. And later this month, as we all know, she is going to release her new book. And I'm sure that a far bigger audience than us here tonight will be waiting for that to come out. And here I am, and I must say, I'm ashamed to admit it, that what her experiences be. I usually get driven to town. I think my longest walk of the week is when I do the shop in Tesco's. So it leaves you a little bit embarrassed with what but I must also congratulate you, Rosie, on your MBE, which is very well deserved. Every success with your book. And I'm sure it will be, and we all look forward to hearing from him. To David, who will be speaking later here on my left. I was so pleased when he said he'd come along today as well. I've been holding my breath all week because David's been waiting to go into hospital. And I thought, knowing my luck, he's going to get the call, and I'm going to feel bad. But as you can say, pleased to say that he's here. David is an old colleague here, and we used to sit next to each other in council for many years, but he retired last year, and I do miss him, and I do miss the notes that he used to pass to me, which were hard to decipher. It's a scribble, actually, and I've often said to him, I'm to Pam, he should have been a doctor, because you just can't understand. I used to pick out the odd word to think, yes, that makes a sentence.
Dyslexic.
Yeah, no, you're not dyslexic. But I do miss him, and as we said, we became not just colleagues, but good friends with both David and Pam over the years. I did wonder what I was going to say tonight, which the family will say was hard to believe. I'm not really lost for words, but yeah. I did think at one time that I might cheat and find one of my old speeches, and then nobody would remember it anyway. But I decided against that. But what I did find was that although this month I would be like 30 years on council, some might say 30 years too long, but I'm still here. And I've watched the family growing up over that time. But it's exactly 24 years today that I actually did take my first office of mayor here in the Cleddau Bridge. And I became the 606th mayor, Clive, yes, of the two Pembroke and Pembroke town councils, which wasn't easy to say if you'd had a glass of wine before you stood up. But here I am now today, the 22nd mayor of Pembroke Dock, and a few in between. This is my 6th mayor making and my 7th year in office. And they said, why do you do it? Well, I suppose because of all its faults, I love Pembroke Dock. I love my hometown. I was born here, my mother was born here, my grandmother was born here, and with her family when they came down to the opening of the dockyard. And the town, like many others at this time, is going through, as we all know, a bad depression, with the shops closing and the unemployment. But we've been here before. We've with the closing of the dockyard, and again in subsequent years. But we've survived, and we will again. And as council, we will work together to encourage and fight for what we know the town and the people deserve. It's not going to happen overnight. But, like the phoenix, we will, with dedication, rise again for a bright and prosperous future. I was told a while back that Pembroke Dock needs to dream the dream, and only we can make it happen for our children and grandchildren. In 4 years' time, our town celebrates its bicentenary, and we must plan and forge the foundations for the next generation, and not to be remembered for what is happening now, but for what we have achieved to make that dream a reality. I'd like to thank the office staff with Moira and Ian and Anne, to the end, the lady who keeps our money, keeps us all on the straight and narrow. Because for their continued support, they've helped me so much with arranging this for tonight. And to Ian, who is standing just behind me. This is going to be his last mayor making with us, as he leaves for pastures new next month. And we wish him and his wife Sue the very best of happiness in your new home. And we will I'd also like to thank the Cleddau Bridge Hotel and their staff for the excellent meal that they've put on here this evening. And finally, thank goodness you all say, I must thank my family. Oh, right. They're growing, aren't they? When you start off with two and we've ended up with 3. There's only 2 not here with us, and that's Robert, my grandson, and Aled, Helen's partner, who's not well, and my 2 beautiful great-grandsons, who should be home tucked up in bed, all being well with their other nan. And we have also then 1 bump which is going to arrive in September with Jade over there. So we're still growing. This year, of course, for the first time, I haven't got my Raymond here with me. But there we are. Instead, I've got my family, and they have taken it upon themselves to help me through my year. And we will see who comes out. Perhaps it's new to them. But I've got Helen here with me this evening. Alison was my mayoress here, as we said, in 1985. We've got Paul, who for the last 18 years has been our town.
He was supposed to
I know. I left that out a long time ago. As our town father Christmas. We did say
Santa
he did say that he would do it as a one-off favour.
Yeah.
And as he said, we're 18 years down the line and he's still doing it as a one-off.
You're still looking for your own one.
He said, what can we do to get weather? And then that's all the boots are out in November. So we know it's all off. I've booked Jonathan for tomorrow night. He's coming to a dinner with me.
That's what you mean, Dale?
Yeah. And on Sunday, we're going to be with Lauren, who is going to, my very brave little granddaughter, when she starts the race for life in Haverfordwest. So we're going to be there. I'm going to be with her. I got the t-shirt.
Not walking, just with, just waiting. Not waiting.
Exactly. But I will be there to meet her at the end. So if I had to have a top table with all my mates and councillors, we'd stretch really around the room. It wouldn't have been Arthur's round table, but the George round table. So they're just here on their own. But I've got to thank the family for their love and support over the last few years. And on that, ladies and gentlemen, I will close, and I would like my fellow colleagues, please, to stand and to toast our guests.